Jujutsu Kaisen. And I'm toss this one over to Josh. She's covering it this time.
What's good, everybody? We got Kaisen, chapter 200. Direct Talks, part 1. Ooh, we switched the format.
Mhm.
Nice. Pretty sick, pretty sick. In the previous chapter, the fight between Maki and Naoya, the cursed spirit, finally wrapped up, and we also got introduced to Angel, who is I don't remember if we was quite sure whether Angel is the person, is the human being, or Angel refers to the cursed spirit that resides inside of said human being.
I think it's the latter. I think it's what you mentioned.
Right.
The angel is
Okay.
the spirit that resides within.
Well, they get introduced to both of them when it's the names. I'm trying to be better with names. He has a girly name.
Oh, Megumi.
Shadow guy. Megumi, thank you, man. Yeah. We were introduced to Angel as Megumi waked up in a rando hotel room where he found Itadori and Akaba, the comedian I was introduced a couple arcs ago. And they learned that they can basically achieve all the goals they want in this Tokyo colony game. However, they need to eliminate someone known as the Disgraced One, which Sukuna lets Itadori know within his mind that that's him. All right, so we open the chapter with Sukuna saying that again. I'm the Disgraced One. No other context, nothing else.
Yeah.
Just that. As Itadori snaps right back to the hotel with everyone, and they're like, you good? You just spaced out. And then Itadori, this is actually pretty clever in my opinion. He starts to act like he's sick, and he kind of moves like over, like out of sight of. He says her name later on. Kurusu. Kurusu is the human that houses the cursed spirit angel. Okay, Kurusu. Let me write that down for reference.
Yeah, or Hana. I believe the angel refers to her as Hana.
Oh, okay, Hana. Okay, so we can see Itadori kind of moves out of the side of Hana, but so that Megumi can see him, and he starts basically trying to play charades with letting Megumi find out, the information he just learned. And it's crazy because Megumi's really trying hard, because I would have had no fucking idea what he was trying to say. How does that mean disgraced? Like, I guess Megumi's like thinking of context clues, like what else could he be talking about but something else. He says, we get a little bit of his thought process. He talks like, I don't get it. Was he trying to say, but he moved there so he doesn't want Kurusu to know, Kurusu or the angel. And it triggers to him, and he gets it just off of that. And then he looks at Itadori slicking his hair back, which I guess is the universal sign for evil. Told you this series takes after Bleach.
That's true.
Told you.
I mean, Sukuna is Itadori with his hair slicked back, so that's true.
Oh, that is the case.
Yeah, if you look at Sukuna, he has his hair kind of slicked back.
Well, still, because of Aizen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course. I mean,
right. Right. So Megumi starts talking about how we need the angel's help to undo, Gojo Seal, and they gotta kill Sukuna. Like how, like shit. Like how are we gonna go? Like how are we gonna get about go about handling this? Megumi's like trapped in thought, but they come to an interesting, I guess, conclusion. I'll get into it. Basically, they get to the point where like Megumi's coming to terms with the fact that Itadori is definitely willing to just off himself in this situation. Mm-hmm. So let me explain. He's trying to think like, okay, like Itadori figured it out. Like Megumi figured out what he was trying to say, and he's like, all right, like, why did he tell me to keep quiet? Actually, the thought process is a little convoluted. I think.
What do you mean?
All right. I think it's all right. I'm confusing it. I'm thinking Megumi is thinking this out loud, but it's really Itadori.
It's
So
both of them.
he's
They're both like thinking, and it's a little confusing because the thought things, the thought text doesn't change between them.
yeah.
So Megumi is thinking, he's realizing like, oh shit, we need to kill Sukuna, but I don't want to lose Itadori. But the problem is that Itadori would for sure give
Would
himself up in the situation.
no
And
without a yeah.
and confirmed by Itadori himself thinking like, I'm gonna die, and then if I die here, then that's half of Sukuna's remains, and Gojo will be back. So pretty
Yeah.
good overall.
And Megumi's worried because he knows Itadori's super fine with that thought process.
Mhm.
Like that's A-okay. So
Mm.
I guess that become right. As he says, the problem is Itadori will off himself. So how can you go about this? And his thought is interrupted by Angel, talking like saying how there's a large number of people entering the colony, and I guess Megumi asks like, how can you tell? And they say, oh yeah, the Kogane. That little device that follows us lets me know. So they show the number from 10 minutes ago, and it looks like it's. I don't know. I don't know if they're showing if this represents like what the number was earlier, or just the fact that it's continuously rising.
I think it's
I
continuously
feel like
rising.
yeah, it's. But why not just show the box right now instead of show that it's still going up at the
Because
moment?
people are still
I think
coming in.
maybe.
Like
Okay.
they refreshed to like 10 minutes ago, and then I guess the history is like just like the number is coming up since 10 minutes ago.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good point. Good point. Maybe that's what happened. And we don't really get any. We don't. Oh, well, I think I put it together in my head actually just now. Okay. Well, I'll save that for later.
Okay.
So, we cut to February 2018. Ah, he's really in the past. This is a slow series.
Mm.
I love it. We get to a meeting taking place. I think we cut to here before with
Yeah.
Kenjaku.
Kenjaku.
Kenjaku pulled up to meeting with a bunch of important political-looking people. Some type of cabal or Illuminati meeting, so to speak. And yeah, your boy Kenjaku spitting that game to them. He's letting them know how Japanese people are prone to, to generating cursed energy, and they can see it, and in a little while, Japan's gonna be real fucked up, and there's gonna be a bunch of people running around there with these abilities. So I might have some interest in that. But things, maybe I want to learn how to get a hold of this cursed energy business. And of course, these guys are buying it up. I mean, they don't believe him at first until they give him the cursed seeker glasses that Maki used to wear. And they see all these nasty ass insects, and I would have lost my fucking mind.
Yeah.
But that's why they're, I guess, political leaders or whatever, because they can handle that kind of stuff. And because they're evil people, most likely. But that's anyway. So all right. So you're saying, as I mentioned before, cursed spirits and cursed techniques do not appear on camera. And it said, what I'm about to show you are images filled with technology that captures a puppet sight controlled by a sorcerer using a technique called puppet manipulation. All of that, and these political figures start, they see all of these cursed Jujutsu sorcerers fighting. The evil people too, the cursed spirits. They see all the drama that went down in the Shibuya arc, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
And probably even a little bit of stuff from the Tokyo colony as well. And right, like a couple of them is like, yeah, this shit look like a comic book or like some type, like some like a Marvel movie. This is some MCU shit. Like, damn, you should have put this on the IMAX screen. I thought that was really funny. They don't give a fuck. Like, it's crazy because one of the people immediately, like on the next page, say like, don't you see like the potential in this? This is about energy. Like cursed energy is energy. Like we can like one of he's saying how Gojo has enough power to enough strength to power a whole nation with his ability alone.
Yeah.
Which the guys, that's I mean, he has infinite energy, right? Technically, I'm sure they can manipulate his curse technique in order to create a situation where, and there's infinite resist. I don't know. I don't know about those things. All right, I'm not an engineer, but I can see the point. They can even develop the curse technique that just generates electricity. Oh, your man does that already. Kashimo,
Yeah.
Cash Money, yo.
Yeah. Cash money.
So there you go. You feel me? So they're obviously they're all capitalists, so they're just like, yeah, we can get a stranglehold on this, and and, and he's like, okay, so that's when Kenjaku starts letting them know, like, all right, check this out. In November, right? Tokyo is gonna be gone, right? It's gonna be a veritable lawless interzone where sorcerers engage in a ritual. I don't remember exactly what the ritual is. So this is going to be a lot of death and violence, right?
Mm-hmm.
He says, what will you do, Mr. President? So before I said the whole nation of Japan, but I guess it's just Tokyo, but why not Japan? Well,
Yeah.
they'll probably take over the rest of the country too. I can foresee that. Anyways, that's just a foreground thought. So so after he says, like, what are you going to do, Mr. President? This nigga says, wait, are you telling me to use my authority to abduct Japanese citizens as research subjects? That's the end of the chapter. First of all, before you give any fucking thoughts, Chris.
Okay. All right.
Before you give any thoughts, nobody said that. Not one fucking person in that room said to abduct people and bring them anywhere. Nigga, your mind went there. You was like, you see how? I think the guy did that. I think Dawson did that shit on purpose, man. Because that's how, like, he's trying to trick himself into thinking that you put the idea in my head. You're suggesting it. You putting me in a situation where I can't do this. It's like, bro, you want to abduct some Japanese people?
Come on, man. You've had that in your thought for a while.
You want to do some research. You want to set up some concentration camps.
You had something in cooking up. All right. Well, you
very imperialist of you, Mr. President.
All right. So should I get into my thoughts?
Yeah, go ahead, Chris.
Well, this was my RGC. How you feeling?
Oh, yeah, mine as well.
Yo, is Unified a really good chapter of the week?
Unified RGC. Unified RGC. Unified RGC.
Yeah, pretty cool overall. Very great chapter. Last we left off with the last chapter leaving off, and not much else coming from Sukuna himself, and the rest of the characters just kind of like realizing how in a bind they are. It is pretty interesting, and I'm very excited to see if they get around this at all. I believe that what's going on with Kenjaku is a flashback of sorts, because Shibuya arc took place in October, I believe, or sometime in the fall. So I would think that Kenjaku went out and talked to these folks a long time ago, and this is just them. And this is just me. It's mostly because like I'm somewhat unfamiliar with the timeline of Jujutsu Kaisen, because on my terms, I haven't been paying attention to the months and all that stuff, even though like they do specify whenever they do a time shift of some sort. So I'm pretty positive that what's going on with Kenjaku is a flashback.
I agree.
And
I actually I have an idea why. That's definitely the truth.
Yeah.
Should I say it?
Why not?
Okay. Remember when they talked about the numbers of people going up?
Uh-huh.
I don't like event. I think that was a bunch of American troops trying to abduct Japanese people, enter the colony. Some drama.
Sheesh. If that's the truth, if it's like American soldiers with cursed energy, bro.
Oh man, that would be pretty crazy.
Yeah, I think
Imagine they all had scars on their head.
I would be surprised because that's kind of like
piece of their brain, of his brain in them.
That would be crazy, but I would doubt that that's possible. Maybe though.
I mean, why not?
I think
Call it a curse technique.
That
makes it possible, right?
Yeah, I mean, this is just like Kenjaku's playing a bigger game here. It's not mostly like he doesn't give a shit what the governments do. Really, it's more about generating as much cursed energy as possible, and now he's just taking it on a global scale.
Yes, he wants to create a Jujutsu world, not just a Jujutsu nation.
Yeah.
He wants no soft people.
No soft people fucking allowed.
None.
So yeah, this is all just like playing on. I think every one of these government people are from the U.S. So,
every single one of them.
So yeah, I think I guess it's a good choice, in terms of what Kenjaku wants. Yeah, this was just a crazy chapter. Lots of revelations here. I don't know what's gonna come of this. It's gonna be pretty wild, I imagine. If it is soldiers from like the U.S. trying to come in here and abduct people, that's a lot more cool battles waiting to happen. I'm really excited about it. But yeah, wow, what a chapter, man. The stuff with Itadori is super interesting because, you know, like Itadori's entire goal is to die a good death. And honestly, as far as good deaths go, this ain't bad, you know?
Yo, he thought about the situation and was like, yes, this is it.
Yeah.
Yes. What is the protagonist?
He said
wanted to die.
He said no problem. After listing all of the points, he's
like, oh yeah,
say less.
That works out.
It does.
That works out.
If you're looking at it objectively, I guess it does work out because he has eaten most of Sukuna's fingers. So
half of them, right?
Even if he doesn't get all of them, dying here would permanently have Sukuna at a level where Gojo could take care of him at any point. You know, because at this point Gojo is still probably stronger than him. So even if someone harnesses the power of Sukuna in the future, what are they gonna do? They only have like what 7 fingers left or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
He has 20 fingers in total. So he said he has over half. So he has. Didn't they mention he ate like 15 at this point?
I don't know, man. It's been so out of. They went from eating one at a time, and then he had a whole bunch at one point.
Yeah,
someone. I don't know what happened.
Someone forced him to eat a bunch of them at one point. I think it was during the Shibuya arc, but I could be wrong about that.
Yeah, maybe that's what turned him into Sukuna. In the first place.
Yeah, I'm gonna look up real fast how many has he eaten. But yeah, very cool. I'm very excited to for what comes of Jujutsu Kaisen and coming up. Josh, what did you think about this chapter?
Well, I already said it was my RGC, but things got really interesting when they brought it when they brought politics into it. Because a lot of series feel like that, where it feels super contained to just Japan, and you're just like, wow, wouldn't the rest of the world like be thinking this shit is crazy? And yeah, that's exactly what he's doing in the right way, unlike other series that we cover that I won't name for certain. But so that's an exciting concept. I don't think the American soldiers will have cursed energy, but this may be their first interaction with it, and we may see, the antagonist grow after this. It's like they may fight, and then maybe the next time they come across other global nations, they will have experiments with cursed energy and made it something like more horrific or more efficient, but also more horrific.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
just to
there's a
confirm,
lot of potential there.
just to confirm real fast, he has eaten 15 fingers at this point.
Wow, out of 20.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, the series is almost done.
I mean, the series is not
Shit.
done when Sukuna dies. I think the series
Could
is
be.
more done when Kenjaku's gone.
I guess.
Because Kenjaku's the active antagonist here. You know? I don't know.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's a good point.
yeah.
Otherwise, nothing else really stood out to me too much. I'll be honest with you, this wasn't a super strong week in my opinion for the manga. This just happened to be the most interesting one.
Bro, this just
Personally.
in.
One Piece was close.
Real fast, this just in. The Viz website has officially added all of Hunter x Hunter up to this point. I think they're getting ready to release Hunter x Hunter. Oh man.
Oh, where do I have to start reading it at if I watch that anime?
I guess
Does that happen? Is that a real arc?
Yes.
Secession?
It's volume
Oh.
33 if I remember correctly. So, whatever volume 33 starts at.
Does Gon really see his dad on the mushroom on top of the tree?
Yeah, all of that is
On top of
canon.
that big tree?
There's no
That happened?
yeah, there's no filler in the
Nice.
2011 anime, I believe.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Mm-hmm. Well, they had a lot to work on.
I thought they made a bullshit ending, maybe.
No. All right. Well, I guess soon we may be talking about Hunter x Hunter on this show.
Oh, yeah, I can't fucking wait if that's the case. We definitely will. And I'll catch up in the manga.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to put in some time catching up to the manga.
Oh, I can't wait for you to read the Succession arc.
I've watched the entire... Oh, yeah, you're ahead of me, I think, at this point, right?
On the boat, when they get to the
Right,
boat.
right, yeah. I literally dropped off where the anime, the 2011
Bro,
anime
it could be
started.
its own series. That's how, like, it's...
I mean, it is.
It feels real similar to the to that video game arc.
Yeah. Well, I'm really excited. And you guys should be too. They don't sponsor us at all, but you know, support your support the mangaka in an official way. Subscribe to Shonen Jump. It's only like $2 a month.
Yeah.
So yeah, excited to get into that. I know we got a little sidetracked here, but I was just like perusing through, and they literally just at the time of recording added all of Hunter x Hunter. So excited about that. But anyway, Jujutsu Kaisen was great. I also don't have all that much more to say about it. I'm so excited, as I've been for the last couple of weeks, about where Jujutsu Kaisen is heading and how it's been so far. A1 manga for sure.
Sure.
For sure.